All right. Hello and welcome to some more Minecraft musings. So this is actually going to go back to the Joker Tower. I've been doing a lot of the Minecraft movie event, which has been awesome. Oh, actually, let me move the mic a little bit because I've noticed my breathing is a little heavy on some of these. It sounds kind of nah. I'm trying to refine the whole recording process and get ready to get back on Twitch because the Twitch is where it's at. But no, I wanted to do an actual musing. The Minecraft movie event has been great, but I haven't really wanted to talk about too much heavy stuff in there. Wanted that to be more light and fun, and yeah, but some really concerning things that I've been seeing. And I'm, for the record, I'm probably one of the more middle of the road Democrats. Like, I definitely sympathize with a lot of more Republican ideas and conservative ideas to a point. I mean, I believe that certain rules and laws should be followed. I've always believed that the war on drugs and substance laws were really just another version of segregated water fountains, like a way of signaling out people and making them work and do the jobs that nobody wants to do. And we also do that with immigrants. Like, we make them immigrants and refugees and all that. We make them work the horrible jobs that nobody wants for the pay that nobody could live off of for ridiculous and all this. And it's messed up. And so, but what's currently happening, and this is why I really want to jump on, is so I found out that evidently, and I would have to like see more proof come out about this, but so far I did see a Fox News thing, and I'm very hesitant to trust Fox on anything because they are very biased. They have an agenda, they have a goal. Just like I'm hesitant with mainstream media stuff now too, like seeing the bias is like, because they also have an agenda, and if you listen to either side long enough, and with their points and their proof and their, we're all guilty of trying to manipulate emotions and opinions based on exaggerated things. What do I mean by that? Well, okay, so this Fox thing, it said that refugees, and that's what they are. A lot of these people are asylum seekers, refugees from basically war situations down in Central and South America where their lives are in danger. I actually worked for a guy, I think he was from Barbados, which I know that's just like a small island, but still, his family had a lot of land, and the gangsters came and forced his family to sell it for $1 an acre and basically stole his land from him, his wealth, and then kicked him out. Like, he ran. He didn't want to try to stand up to these guys, and like the police weren't doing anything. So, so there are problems down there. Like, these people aren't just coming up here just because they think, oh, it'd be nice to be an American, because the situation is kind of bad down there, at least from what I understand. So, I mean, and I had somebody directly from there say, yeah, it's no good. So, I don't know. I think there are other ways about it, but like, if you just look at the numbers of people coming in, like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, and I want everybody to be happy, healthy, and safe. But if we're not even screening them, if we're just letting them in and like barely like, and then people are answering back like, well, no, they have to pass a background check. Not really. I mean, if you listen to any of the like the MAGA or the Fox like things for a while, they'll start giving examples. Like, there was this guy that he was here on refugee status. He was drunk driving in the morning, driving with a license he probably shouldn't have had, and he killed this guy. It was on Dr. Phil, and it was like this heartfelt, like, the mother was an immigrant of the victim, and she said she came here legally. She dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's, did the test, did the probationary period, and did it the correct way. And she was horrified that somebody that didn't have to just like took shortcuts or right on through, and then was drinking and driving, and like it was like 4 in the morning or something. The other guy was leaving for work. So granted, it was a kind of a risky, dangerous time anyway, but still, like, the fact is that person wouldn't have been driving in this country had proper protocols been followed, and that kid would still be alive. Or that young, it was like a young adult, like going to an actual job, but still, it's like that gives them ammo to complain against all it makes them all look bad, and all it takes is 1 or 2 bad eggs, just like the police thing, just like with the George Floyd thing, is 1 or 2 bad eggs that executed somebody, and then now we have police reform. So that's my point, is like, people are so quick to forget Black Lives Matter when all it took was a few deaths, a few bad eggs, and now outrage. So, okay, here's a few deaths, a few bad eggs, and people are coming here taking advantage. And it's like, no. And then people are arguing, like, well, they get social security numbers so they can pay taxes. They can pay taxes without social security numbers. I work with tech and computers all day. I know it is super easy to just make a new database, a new set of numbers, not a social security number, because guess what? If they don't end up become citizens, then that's one more reason for people to get mad. Be like, wait, why do all these people that aren't citizens have social security numbers? And it's harder to track. It's easier to be like, whoops, I guess they were getting Medicaid, and I guess they were getting, healthcare and benefits and stuff. And it's like, we still pay ridiculous amounts for what we get. Health insurance is a nightmare. It's a runaway, corrupt system of just ridiculous proportions. And we know this. Like, it's widely accepted. And yet, now we're just like, okay, yeah, everybody just come on in, ho, ho, ho. Like, no. Can you see why the other side is so upset about all this? Like, and it doesn't take much, and I'm over it. Like, and the fentanyl and the drugs too, that has to stop. I feel like we should be like declaring war on Central and South America just for that. Like, no more fentanyl, no more substances that can kill people, because that's a choice that was made for them out of greed. Like, they wanted to be able to hook people and sell more of their drugs. It's almost like the Indiana Jones taking the golden idol and replacing it with a sack of sand. Like, not the same concept, because I'm not trying to like rip off people, but at the same time, there's got to be ways. Let's see, I think this still works. So this is how I have it. So you make another layer like that. The front will be glass. Basically. So I don't know. That's my rant on that. And it's just like, and I'm still very much a Democrat. I believe in a lot more of the Democrat things, like, the compassion, the empathy, the peace, like, but at the same time, it's like you're making it so hard, like, to be bipartisan, because nobody's listening to what MAGA is really concerned about. They were concerned about non-citizens getting social security numbers and getting driver's licenses and voting in elections. And that's exactly what this video is claiming. Now, I'd like to see more proof. Just be like, okay, specifics, who voted, who did this, and like, and how do we stop that? Because that's a very fair thing to do. And the other thing to remember is a lot of MAGA and Republicans are former veterans, or, well, they are veterans. They're veterans for life. Like, they're former soldiers that had to go put their life on the line, risk getting killed for the luxuries that we enjoy in this country. And then we're just like, oh, hey, you come here, you don't have to do anything, and go ahead, just go and get this. And I know I sound like kind of insensitive with this, but like, look through it through the lens of the quote unquote other side. Like, all it takes is one person to die from an asylum seeker not being safe. One. I was well, I think I'm following this account. I don't know. I haven't seen it for a while. XApp is kind of weird with that. Like, and understandably so. There's just thousands of people that, like, my feed can only go so much. But, oh, wait, this was what the ladder was. Okay. And also, I need some more of that chiseled wood. Anyways, where's it going with that? Oh, I had some chiseled, but it's insanity. It is just pure insanity that we're allowing this to happen. Like, actually, I want the ladder to be here. That ladder is all fine and good, but it's not kind of safe and everything. So, everybody should be able to have the American dream. I believe make all America great again, Central and South included. Like, I completely believe that. I mean, I 100% support getting it to where they can live in peace too. But part of that, there is some sacrifice. Like, they're going to have their own losses. Like, we have a bunch of these fentanyl deaths, and so we have outrage now. Like, we're done. We're done with this. Like, people getting poisoned just trying to go and party. Like, yeah, they shouldn't be using illegal narcotics, but I feel like anybody that isn't just a complete ninny with their head in the sand knows that everybody's going to try drugs, at least some drug. Like, and then if it's not going to be like an illegal narcotic, it's going to end up being like Zoloft and Praxil and all these like SSRIs or whatever, and like antidepressants and things that are actually really dangerous. So weight gain, causing suicidal thoughts, like being doing more harm than good. Like, yeah, that's what's going to happen. I mean, everybody does drugs. Like, that's just the thing. Whether it's legal, illegal, prescribed, there's still dangers associated with all of them. In fact, more dangers with the legal prescribed drugs, which is how we got into the opiate pandemic in the first place, or epidemic, whatever you want to call it, or whatever the proper term is. But I don't know. So, but that's how, like, a lot of people, like, they're not being unreasonable. Like, the people in MAGA and Republicans, like, wanting asylum seekers to follow the due process. Like, if they have to live by a set of rules, and so should everybody else. Like, there is no, like, getting a free pass. Oh, your country sucks? All right, let's go fix your country and let's make you great and let's enhance your economies, because that's what everybody wants. They don't want handouts. They don't want people coming down and like giving them charity. No, it's offensive. It's like disrespectful. Same with Africa. Like, Africa is a very it's becoming very developed and growing, and it's a lot different than the the type of like National Geographic images a lot of people have in their mind of like a bunch of people in huts and grass like stuff. Like, no, they're actually like pretty developed. Like, I mean, and they're getting there, and we're helping them, and China is helping. I've read a few things with China saying like the efforts that they're doing to develop African countries, like to help enable them to become with us, to join us in like, strong economies and strong happy lives, and citizens having all of the same educational tools and stuff that we enjoy, and like helping them grow and become better people. Like, it's humanity at its finest. So I don't know. But the key to that is they need to do it for themselves. They need to put in the work. They need to feel accomplished. They need to feel the American dream for themselves and then do it for themselves. We can come in and help, sure, but and especially since this country was built off of stolen labor from Africa. I mean, and that's one of the key takeaways is like we had slavery for a long time. That was a huge part of our country. That made us a competitor against the global markets. Like, hmm. See, I'd rather use dirt, but I don't really care that much because then. So you gotta go. Whoops. So one between those two. One between those two. Ah. So I don't know. And that. I feel so betrayed because I was arguing for the longest time, like, oh no, they're not getting social security numbers. Oh no, they're not getting driver's licenses. Oh no, they're not voting. And then if that video is true that I just saw, they're doing all of the above. Like, and that is such a slap in the face to me, as a slap in the face to everyone that's been crying out like for immigration reform, like for fear of like the influx of people making things harder for everyone, and the bad eggs. And like, I honestly think that they were paid to cause a ruckus, like the ones punching cops and stuff. I think MAGA or some like wealthy Republican was like, hey, I'll give you $1,000 if you go punch that cop and you can't say anything, like just to make them look bad and to cause more division and to cause more of an uproar. But the fact of the matter is they have been doing exactly that, whether they were paid actors or not. And then, the other side's complaining about the marches and the protests being paid actors. Similar thing. Like, they don't trust that normal people wouldn't be protesting like this. This is paid by a bunch of puppet masters like Soros and all that. Like, and that's just what the claims are. I mean, I'm not saying I believe it one way or the other. I mean, I know that people have been rather nasty to law enforcement during the BLM riots. I had a cop buddy that talked about how he had bottles of pee and like rocks thrown at him and like just very unpleasant things. And that's not peaceful protests. And whether or not those were paid actors to intentionally cause disruptions, like it happened. Like like a car crash. Nobody intends for a car crash to happen, yet it happens. So how do you mitigate that peacefully and still respect everybody's peace or respect everybody's rights? At the same time, you can't allow that to happen. You just cannot. It's not okay. All right. Also, what am I doing here? So I thought I had. Well, let's go back up and check that out. So actually, I only have a little bit of time. I gotta get ready for work. I have a home visit today, a 90-day check-in, so that's fun. Hmm. Oh, you know what? I get it because I haven't done this one yet. That's why it looked weird. And then get the chiseled. So I don't know. It's just it's gotten ridiculous, and like, and I really do. I feel bad for that guy that I worked for. His family had a bunch of land, and the gangsters forced his family to sell it for $1 an acre. Basically, stole their land, kicked them out, and there was no justice. So, okay, that shouldn't be happening. And these people are refugees. They're coming here escaping violence and danger. That shouldn't be happening. Like, this is in this day and age, like, how? How do we have any of that going on? So, yeah, I guess I support invading Central and South America. Like, go in there, clean it up. Like, because we've if they haven't fixed it by now with their own devices, they need a couple of like they need to put the fear in them. Like, okay, hey, you can't be doing this to people anymore. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to make life extremely miserable for you. Get these people their homes back and allow them to move back safely to where they live and their land, their houses, their everything. And I'm done. Like the minute they started putting fentanyl and drugs to make them more addictive, to make them sell faster and better, that's where they lost my respect. Like you're making it dangerous for greed and profit. Like, our lives as consumers, and I know it's illegal narcotics, but still, American lives as consumers is worth more than black market trash and shortcuts. Like, that is unacceptable. And I think that everybody can get on board with that. Like, if it's going to happen, it better be clean drugs. Like, things that aren't going to kill people. That's what people are outraged about, is their family is no longer here because somebody wanted to make some extra money. Like, that's BS. They deserve everything that's coming to them. Like, and I mean that. And I'll tell them that to their face, too. Like, I mean, technically, I was a colleague with the cartels back in my knucklehead days. Like, as the things that I did, I mean, not directly. Like, I never met anybody, but I was still a hoodlum on this side of the border. And so, technically, we were colleagues. So it's like, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's all people just trying to live a good life and be happy. Like, that's all it is. So they need to rein it in down there, or we're going to have to rein it in for them. That's basically what it is. I don't see much reining in going on, so I guess we're going to have to go down there. We're going to have to send them some freedom. uh, and now I'm arguing against Democrats that I'm arguing with, like, oh, let them work, let them pay taxes, let them this and that. And it's like, but wait a minute. That was the only thing that people have been mad about is like, hey, guess what? We don't want them voting in our elections. We don't want them getting driver's licenses. We don't want them getting social security numbers. Like, 'cause that's basically just making them citizens. Like, that's a shortcut. And it's a slap in the face to everybody who's served in the military, like everybody who's fought for this country. And it's like the price of admission is just like, oh, I don't want to live down there. I'm here. Oh, wait, no. Okay, let's make up a boogie story. Oh, it's dangerous down there. That's why I need to come here and I need to take shortcuts and not follow the rules. Like, that's driving people nuts because everybody else that does follow the rules, it's like, why bother? I mean, if you live by a code of honesty and integrity, and then these people just come in, it's like, oh, no, don't worry about that. You're good. Oh, and then I guess then the very aggravating thing is like when people are living in trailers and like, living in poverty and stuff, and then to see some of these asylum seekers uh, being put up in like these very fancy hotels and stuff. Ah, okay. And we have people on the verge of homelessness, living paycheck to paycheck, and then these people come and it's like, oh hey, no, here's money, here's this, here's a phone, here's all this. Like, oh god, very dangerous. I could die doing this. So I don't know. It's that's my rant. But I am getting into Twitch soon. So we're going to get some organization, some cohesion. I'm going to do a couple of test videos. I think I'm good to go, actually. Like, I wanted to get a second monitor so I can kind of have like a whole setup. But honestly, I might just start doing Twitch without a camera and doing this. And just doing exactly what we're doing here. And people can come in and come and go, ask questions. We can discuss things. And it's that discussion on camera for people to see that's important. That's how we get it to where. Actually, let's go ahead and drop all this stuff off. So that's a good start. It's got 3 layers. Wait, actually, I want to check real quick. Is that third layer fully functional? I mean, it's not a big deal if not. If I didn't, and I think I did just put in the, oh. Yeah. So as those cacti grow, they will break and fall. So, and that's just the thing. Just because I'm a Democrat doesn't mean I'm totally okay with all this. Like, yeah, everybody, send everybody. Like, let's just have everybody move here. No, let's fix your home and make it to where you don't have to leave home and you can enjoy all the same stuff that we do here. It's that simple. Like through globalization, and yes, I do support globalization and a new world order of prosperity and a golden age for everybody. It doesn't have to just be Americans, but I gotta say, like, if you listen to Trump long enough, you kind of start being like, okay, that makes sense. And it's a scary feeling because I thought, like, oh no, I would never agree with that guy. He's a pompous, arrogant, spoiled brat that, doesn't deserve all this money that he got, and he was handed everything and all this. And no, I mean, while yes, he was definitely given a lot more than anyone else just for being born, like, he did work for it. Like, he was given $1 million loan, and then his inheritance happened after he had already established stuff. And that's my own blind spot when I was criticizing Trump. Like, uh, I mean, I'm still not stoked that he's just like this crazy rich person that's just able to do whatever and never had to really struggle while so many Americans are struggling. Like, and that's the big key is like if all these Americans weren't struggling, then okay, I wouldn't be so mad at like the bourgeois class, like just basically laughing at all this. Like, oh yeah, life's easy, life's great. I don't know what these problems are that everybody's talking about, like, because they don't. It's a blind spot for them. I gotta figure out a better term than blind spot. I realized that the other day. It is insensitive to people that can't see, and I don't know what I would do if I couldn't see. That's a frightening thought. Oh, but let's talk about that. Why I like Elon. He's trying to do the brain chip to fix everything wrong that could go wrong with a human brain or with a human body. Like, if you can wire the brain to send and receive signals, you can replace any limb, any part of your body, anything, because you now have your input and output of a functioning body, so your brain can control prosthetics. It's insane. It's beautiful. Like the potential for that science. It can fix everything wrong that can go wrong with a human body. Like if you lose an arm in an accident, hopefully not war. Like, I mean, I like to think we're fixing that too at the same time, by doing all these other efforts of stabilizing countries, their economies, and their living situations, and making it appealing to just stay put. You don't want to come here. It's not as great as everybody thinks. It's pretty horrible. Like, I mean, especially if you choose to do a narcotic or something and get caught, and you don't have money like Hunter Biden, who can just do as much as he wants, and since he has money, he's fine. Like, no, if you're like a real American that just has to struggle and scrimp and save, and that's the other thing too, like understanding their outrage about people like the DEIB. Now, don't get me wrong, I love diversity. My whole company, it's all we're about. Like, we travel the world and teach about other cultures and immerse people and study abroad. Like, that is the whole point of my work. I do IT for the place that does that. And we just finished a DEI certificate to understand DEI in the workplace and the importance of it. And I do. But here's the thing. If you're someone that doesn't know about all this stuff, hasn't been introduced to all of it, and you see somebody get a leg up ahead of you just because of their skin color, that's racism. Like, and that's what they're trying to say. And that dear colleague letter, like, was saying basically is like, these things need to be all inclusive. Like, this can't be, like, there shouldn't be opportunities available just because of somebody's skin color, religion, or anything like that, because that is the definition of racism. It is making unfair practices and unfair processes based on race, skin color. Now, it's kind of a weird twist because normally people are mad about the unfair practices working against them and working for white people. But now, if it's an unfair practice that works against white people and for non-white people, and a little bit I get it is okay. Like that is kind of reparations. Like in order, that's called equity to like boost people up to the level of traditional white families. But here's the kicker: a lot of white families aren't wealthy. Like there's a lot of white families out there that were in poverty and stuff. So you got to make the resources available to all, and I believe that's really what we are doing. But we need to communicate that it is what we're doing because I need to know for sure. That way, that a random person listening to a speech about, hey, this person got free college just because they're not white. And then for anybody that did pay for college, like myself included, and I paid way more too, because I spent a couple years just taking whatever classes. I didn't understand that there were different types of physics for different majors. And in hindsight, that's painfully obvious. But when I was just a young, dumb kid just trying to learn and like figure life out, like, and now they have advisor codes to where you literally can't do it. Like they don't allow you to. Um, yeah, let's go and do that too. Actually, no. Let's keep the wheat because I'm making those hay bales, and I have the stables over there. Ooh, fireflies make noise. So, anyways, that's just what. So yes. What time is it? Yeah, it's actually about time to get going. I gotta clean this place up. Start. I'm working from home today, so because I have that walkthrough, because they don't trust me as a tenant, even though I make plenty of money. I have a great stellar rental record. Like they still want to come and make sure that I'm not doing anything illegal. So and that's fine. I am not doing anything illegal. I can confidently say that. I'm a cannabis enthusiast, but that'd be really funny if they watch these things. Like, because I was kind of scared my own family would watch these things because they're not cannabis enthusiasts. I have some very strict anti-drug people in my family, and they don't care. All of it's drugs to them. Like, it's a slippery slope, and I think I finally made it through to one person that was critical of me using cannabis. It's like, that's how I'm so cheery in my work. That's how I can IT troubleshoot for people at the drop of a hat. Like I helped two people yesterday that like were at wits end trying to figure out technology, and I was able to do so in a peaceful, happy, calm demeanor because I have THC in my system at all times. I've done that since I was 14. Like nothing really changed. Like prohibition didn't really affect me because I realized it was stupid. It wasn't for the safety or for the health and well-being of people. It was for profit. It was for prisons. It was for all these things, and like it's ridiculous. And now that people are realizing that, it's like, oh, and anybody that's still doing that, that's the main thing I want to do Twitch for. Oh, there's the alarm. Is I want to start like filling out, and it's kind of like holding myself accountable. I have a bunch of these like pie in the sky dreams of like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But when you're sitting there streaming and like you have to sit there for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and that's your stream. So it kind of it helps for people trying to build things. Like I'm going to build some tech projects. I'm going to work on the online voting concept. Like, but yeah, but the most important thing is this communication about what's going on in the world, what we need to do about it, and all that stuff. So that's my time for today. I'm A-Rye. This has been Joker Tower. I guess we got one more minute, but oh, and actually, as I say that, I'm gonna have to check and make sure that this has audio because I did this the other day. Like I did a recording before work, and it was a wonderful recording, if I say so myself. I covered a lot of ground. I talked about like, well, war it is then. I was going to make WIIT for the new playlist, and I started building. Let's go look at it real quick. I started building the Ministry of Peace, which is actually like the Ministry of War, but peace through war is one option. Um, let's go take a look at it. And like, I think I just deleted the video, or maybe I offloaded it. But I'm not going to upload it because it needs an audio track, or at least I haven't gotten that far yet. But there it is. This is the Ministry of Peace. I'm putting it over here. Like it's gonna be basically like a castle to defend the shores against invaders, attackers. I'm gonna shoot TNT at the Shack of Shame and destroy the Shack of Shame, but keep the knowledge and the learning in the Ministry of Peace. See, war it is then. And did I even start? Okay, so I didn't even do anything yet. Yeah, so I'm gonna build a giant military style castle type thing here and basically have like cannons and stuff, but at the same time, knowledge and learning and understanding and plans of action, stuff like that. And this is where I'm gonna put communal and all that and see like, okay, well, we can't be doing this. We need to make everybody happy as much as we can. And so, first off, we stopped the horrible, huge influx that both Democrats and Republicans called out against. Like, I saw Democrats complaining that we had too many people coming here too quickly and not following the rules. Like, that has been a bipartisan concern. I've seen it. And so when people complain, like, oh, they're just people just trying to live, it's like, no, no. They need to go through the door properly. We need to put facilities in Mexico to intercept them, to train them, to house them, to get them cleaned up, to give them the respect that they deserve, to try it properly to become a citizen. Then and only then should we start letting everybody in. But there has to be a process. Because again, all it takes is one idiot to screw it up for everybody, and we've already had that. In fact, that one account that I was starting to talk about had something like 1,000 deaths from immigrants, people that would not be here if we enforced our own laws. That it's the law. Like we are breaking the law here, and so it just drives me nuts. That like a lot of people I know got in trouble, got several years, if not decades, in prison for breaking laws, and now we've got this where they're just playing hopscotch with immigration laws. I'm just like, whoa, whoa, hold on. Like, no, you can't be doing that. You can't be punishing one sector of people and then letting another sector of people just go lackadaisically through life. Like, it's a slap in the face to everybody who got punished for stupid laws otherwise. I mean, nobody should get punished for stupid laws. That's my stance. But anyways, that's my 30 minutes, so I got to get going. And until next time, I will see you there. Ta-ta.